It was supposed to be a fun weekend. 10 friends decided to spend 3 nights camping deep inside Black Pine Forest, a place known for its beautiful scenery and peaceful atmosphere. The forest was far from the nearest town, and there was almost no phone signal. The group laughed, took photos, and enjoyed the adventure. None of them knew that before sunrise, their lives would change forever. This is the story of the 10 campers who disappeared after hearing a strange sound in the forest. The first day, the group arrived in the afternoon. They set up their tents near a small clearing surrounded by tall pine trees. The weather was perfect. Birds sang from the branches, and sunlight filtered through the leaves. Everything seemed normal. As night fell, they gathered around a campfire. They roasted food, shared jokes, and told scary stories. Around midnight, the fire began to die down. That's when they heard it. A long, low sound echoed through the forest. It didn't sound like a wolf. It didn't sound like any animal they had ever heard. The sound lasted only a few seconds before disappearing into the darkness. Everyone became silent. "Did you hear that?" one camper asked. The others nodded. After a few minutes, they convinced themselves it was probably an animal and went to sleep. But something was watching them. The second night. The next day felt strange. Several campers reported seeing movement between the trees. Whenever they looked closely, nothing was there. As evening arrived, an uneasy feeling spread through the camp. The forest seemed quieter than before. Too quiet. That night, they heard the sound again. This time it was closer, much closer. The strange noise echoed through the darkness, followed by what sounded like footsteps. Heavy footsteps, slow footsteps, circling the camp. Nobody slept. They stayed awake until morning, listening to the sounds moving through the trees. When the sun finally rose, they discovered something shocking. Large footprints surrounded the campsite. The prints were unlike anything they had ever seen. The first disappearance. Despite their fear, most of the group wanted to stay. They told themselves there had to be a logical explanation. That evening, one camper named Ryan walked a short distance into the forest to collect firewood. He never returned. At first, everyone assumed he was joking. But after an hour, panic began to spread. The group searched with flashlights. They called his name repeatedly. No answer. The only thing they found was a flashlight lying on the ground, still turned on, still warm. Ryan was gone. Route begins. The remaining campers decided to leave at sunrise. Nobody wanted to spend another night there, but as darkness fell, a thick fog rolled into the forest. Visibility dropped to only a few feet. The strange sound returned, louder than ever. Somewhere beyond the fog, something was moving. Branches snapped, leaves rustled. Footsteps approached, then stopped. One of the campers screamed. Everyone turned. Another friend had disappeared. No sound, no struggle, just gone. The group ran back toward the tents. Fear had completely taken over. The longest night. The campers gathered together inside the largest tent. Nobody wanted to be alone. Outside, the footsteps continued. Hours passed. Then came 3 loud knocks. Knock, knock, knock. On the side of the tent. Everyone froze. Nobody dared to move. Then the knocking came again. Closer. Harder. Suddenly, the tent wall pushed inward, as if something enormous was pressing against it. Several campers screamed. The pressure vanished. Silence returned. Moments later, they heard someone calling from outside. It sounded exactly like Ryan, the friend who had disappeared. "Help me," the voice whispered. "Please help me." Some campers wanted to go outside. Others begged them not to. Thankfully, nobody left the tent. By morning, 2 more campers were missing. The escape attempt. Only 6 campers remained. Terrified, they packed their belongings and began hiking toward the main road. The forest seemed different. Paths they remembered were gone. Landmarks had vanished. It felt as though the forest itself was changing. Hours passed, yet somehow they kept returning to the same clearing, the same trees, the same rocks, the same campsite. It was impossible. They were trapped. Then the sound echoed once more, closer than ever before. The truth. As night approached again, the remaining campers discovered an old cabin hidden among the trees. Inside, they found dusty journals. The journals belonged to a forest ranger who had lived there decades earlier. The final entries were disturbing. The ranger described hearing strange sounds, seeing shadows between the trees, people disappearing without explanation. His last entry read, "If you hear the voice calling your name, do not answer. It is not human." The journal ended there. No further entries existed. The ranger himself had vanished. The final night. Only 5.